Yo, Beyonce.
Some of them men think they freak this like we do, but no, they.
My YouTube channel. So Laxelle Elegance Pro here, and today we are coming to delve deep into this look I made for this damsel. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe and like and share the videos. So here, if you want to have a detail of the eyebrows trimming, I've done a special video for it, so you can go through my videos and go and look at it vividly. I delve more deep, you see more details than this. This is a full makeup, so I had to just give a glimpse of like what I did. And right after trimming the eyebrows, I have to just use the brush to clear off any hair, because at times this hair can enter into your eyes or give you wahala. So yes, I'm using cleanser wipes to wipe the face of any oil, of any debts on the face, and make sure that the face is ready. Now I'm using Blossom 360, and this really goes deep into the pores and bring it out any dirt. Is very good for the skin. Aside me using it for the makeup, if you see it on the market or if you want it from our shop, Greensville, you can just contact us. You can DM me and I'll give it to you, and it's just $100. Here I'm using rose water. The bottle broke, so I had to put it in the splash bottle to use it. I had to use rose water on the face. You know what rose water does? It's very good for the skin as well. And I'm using my brush to spread them evenly. Here I'm using a cream. You can call it moisturizer or something. Yeah, I use it as hydro, and it's very, very good. It's one of the products I got. It's you get it more when you are in Europe. It's very, very good for the skin. It hydrates it. It makes it more moisturized, Yeah, so I want to keep that because she has gotten a combination skin, so I have to use that. Here I'm using aloe vera moisturizer as well to make sure her face really pops up and her face is ready for the makeup do. Guys, please subscribe. I'm here to give you all the professional tips and makeup you need. And here we are using 18 karat gold primer. 18 karat gold primer, just a little. You don't really need much for the face, you just need a little. And here I'm using the splash, and this is from Carrot, and it's full. It's mixed with how do you call it, illuminator, so but it's very, very down. And I went in with Angel Veil for the T-zone. I'll come through with the glow, and this MAC Prep and Prime. So the products I just showed to you from Isa and Dolls and all that, I'll be using it bit by bit. I have to put them in the tray to use it. And always make sure you spread them evenly. Always do make sure you are spreading the products evenly where it needs to go. Kindly do so. So I go through this process because it's good for me. I don't know, that's my process. And if you can get the products on the market, please, you can buy it. And not necessarily, if I'm lining up my facial, how do you call it, my prep and prime, the products I use, if you take your time to count it, you could see it's even more. It's almost 10 or more than 10, one of it, either almost 10 or maybe 11 or something. And it works for me. And per the skin I'm dealing with. So with this particular video, you would see that I'm using this set of products. I'll upload another video using the same set of product because it works for me. I'll try bringing other products on board, something easy you can get on the market. Whether you are in Ghana, you are in Europe, you are in Nigeria, you can get it ASAP. Here I'm using the Angel Veil because of the mattifying ingredient it has. I was using it on the T-zone so that at least that side is void of any moisture or any oil, and I have to use it around the lip as well. I realize I get people having this crack side, lips. So I use it specifically for her. I don't really do it for people, but how I saw her face, I have to do some few things. And it happens as a makeup artist. You can get a client or a model and you are using the person, and hey, by the time you realize you are seeing something on the person's skin you've not seen before. So there your A game must come on. That's the reason why it's not every time you have to follow one process over and over and over. Yeah, so done with that, we are applying our foundation, and I've done a very nice video, a separate video on this, on the foundation. Here I have to go a bit faster, you know, but I've done a separate video on it, how you can do how you can apply a foundation using the brush, okay, and how to do it well. You could see I'm not dragging it, like I'm not pulling it, I'm just tap 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 tap, and there is a skill to it. You have to practice it over and over and over again, because from the beginning, I think when I started doing makeup, from the beginning it wasn't like I wasn't getting it, but you have to practice, and at times you can just get it straight up. Okay, you can get it straight up. And hey, Laxel Elegance Pro here once again. So here I'm applying contour. I really went in with quite a darker shade, and you could see how I will be blending it out. One thing about makeup, what you should know is applying it well and blending. Even at a point, let's say I applied a little bit more, I was able to blend. So that is the most important thing. You're supposed to know how to blend and make sure you are blending well. One thing, the beautiful thing about makeup is blending. That's the most beautiful thing. Else you can see patches everywhere, not blended or coming out. Nah. So basically that's it. So I went in with a certain spray, to make it more matte before I continue. So here we are going to highlight and contour. Always make sure you go in with 2 shades lighter than the person's skin, your client or your customer's or model's skin. Go a little bit more, because we want that under the eye to pop. And make sure you don't use so much product, use moderate, else if you apply more you could see that under the eye will be cracking. So you apply moderate. And if you're not the type that you're experienced with how to manage crack under eye that are cracked, please, the best thing you can do, avoid applying bunch there. Just avoid it. I know people that they are experiencing, whether they apply more or not, they are good to go. But to avoid all the stress and the wahala, please avoid it. So afterwards, I did apply a shade that is almost to a skin tone. Okay, then I went in from blending it outside in. I didn't go inside out, like starting from the lighter shade to the darker shade. I started from the darker shade to the lighter. And I'm applying my blusher, is cream dough. Here you can, as a makeup artist, you can mix anything you want to mix, especially when it comes to lipstick. And here I use Bicham lipstick palette. I mixed it with a bit of a blossom lipstick palettes in the shades of, they have different shades of pink. I just picked about 3 shades of the pink and I just mixed it up. Here, this is in those. Before I go with a general powder for a face, then I apply the the name is not really coming, the powder to set it. That's the mattifying setting powder. I went in with this Isa and Dose press powder. It's a setting powder though, but it's press. It's for contour and highlighting. I have to go on right under the eye, around her mouth, then on the T-zone, exception with a brows. I didn't touch the brow. So afterwards, I went in with classic powder, and this is a general powder. Okay, it's a general powder, mineralized. So when I said general powder, I meant to say mineralized in her shade. So I went in that first, I went in with that first before I apply the mattifying powder itself. Yes, so here I went in with the powder blusher again to give it a little bit pop after applying. It's the same way you applying the foundation, doing the cream, applying the powders, then coming back to do the setting or mattifying powders. Okay, applying them, and the same way you have to go a little bit more with the blusher powder. Press. You have to go in with a blusher, and that wasn't a cream. Please, that was not a cream blusher. Please note it is not. It wasn't. It's a powder blush. It's press. Okay, and here I went in with the setting powder. I have to set the necessary places, you know. As at this point I was getting more light throwing on it, so you could see at a point it will be the color will be much as if they've thrown more light to it, but it's the movement of my hand. And again, contouring the nose, please go in with a shade 2 times darker than hair. Okay, if you are not sure, if you want to be on the right track, just go in 2 times darker than hair when it comes to the nose contouring and around. And if you can watch carefully, when you watch around forehead, you could see that though I went in earlier with the darker shade of the foundation to do the contouring, and I've applied powder, that's the mineralized powder, it's still popping. So if you realize it's popping like that, there is no need of you going again and applying the darker shade of a powder around that side. Else, please, the person will look like a masquerade, and we don't want that. So here I went in with another brand of setting spray, another company's brand. I think this Mark. No, it's no this Sasha. Sorry, this Sasha. I went in to really highlight the nose, like we really want to contour a little bit pointed, unless not necessarily pointed, but really out. Now before I went in, if you looked at the video very well, before I went in with the eyebrow cream, okay, I had to first use the spoolie to brush out every necessary, because you've applied foundation, you've applied products, but you have to go through and just brush it off. You have to go through and brush it off, else you could find the eyebrow area being thicker a whole lot. And again, to have made a separate video, detailed video of this particular eyebrow I did, so if this is going faster for you, you can just go visit my page, check through the videos. I'll be uploading them soon. And anytime you're using the cream, this is carrot eyebrow gel, and it's very good. And one thing about this particular gel, when you're using it, please, it's better you take a bit and put it aside, because immediately air enters, it becomes very hard. So for you to preserve it and use it for a longer time, please just take a bit from the container and just close the rest. If you need, just go for it. Here I'm using Davis, and this number 8 pencil, and today I decided to do an ombre eyebrow. Okay, you can see that the outer parts are kind of dark. They are darker than the innermost, and that's ombre eyebrow. So I went in with the lighter shade, and that's Davis number 3. I was interchanging Davis number 8 and number 3 at the same time. So this, you are just creating hair strokes. Always remember, it's just hair strokes, and this is what we have. We've not even cleaned it yet, and it's looking cool. But we are supposed to clean it to reduce the size of it, and clean it and reshape it. And always, please, always, if you want to have easy go with eyebrow, always follow your client. If you don't have a signature eyebrow, always follow your client's eyebrow shape. At times, if you could watch an eyebrow before I started, it was just there, like it was kind of straight. There wasn't a curve and all that. So there you can do something and make sure you're on the right track. And anytime you're when it comes to the cleaning of the eyebrow, please, at the outer part, use a little bit darker shade, not darker shade than hair, but you're supposed to use lighter shade in the corners or at the corners of the brow. That's the innermost part. That's where I'm doing right now. Then the outermost, getting to the outermost, you're supposed to use a bit of a darker shade. Okay, else if you're good using how do you call it, to be on the safer side, use a darker shade. But if you're pro and you're good in using the lighter shade for everything, and you can clean it and everything, you wouldn't have any wahala. Please, I'm an African, so allow me use my wahala. I don't want any wahala, please. When we say wahala, it's like you don't want trouble, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's basically it. You see, afterwards, at a point, I had to use the spoolie to just brush so that it's even, the particular area. And here we have Blossom as eyeshadow primer. I just used a bit on the brush and I had to just spread it over. And whilst you're spreading it, please, you're supposed to make sure you're using your brush to set the eyebrow like evenly. You see the side we use the concealer, you're supposed to set it like what I've done. You use your brush. Then I went in with this other brush I used earlier for to use. I used it earlier under the eye, sorry. So here I went in with, this is Isa and Do's mattifying powder. So I just used a little bit on the brush to set the eyebrow, to make it like, to get it ready for what we want to do. So that's basically it. And hey, me when I'm working, girl, is serious. Girl, is serious. At a point, you could see my face that I was really serious. I was really into this. And guys, if you can watch carefully, the contour I did from the beginning, the cream contour, that's the darker shade, it's still there. It's still there. And that's one thing I loved about that product I used and how I apply it. If you're not good with it, please don't force. Please. And here I have to I did the waterline, the underwater line. I had to use the eyebrow. It's a gel, it's an eyeliner gel, same also from Carite. So here we are going in, we are delving deep, the colors, the colors, the colors, the colors. But here we didn't really do anything. I went, normally we set out the, after setting the eyebrow, you find most of us just looking for a shade, like a translucent, there's a word they use for it, sorry, transition. Like we go out, but I decided to go the other way, because normally we do the transitions after setting. You have to do this transition from the outer side, then you work your way in. But here I went from in to out. Yeah, so this, you can try it. If you're able to try it, I'll send you my number. I'll put my number somewhere. You can send it to me. If you have any questions, please ask. If you have any question, kindly ask me now. I'll return to it. I'll answer you anything you want to know. And again, guys, I'll take this opportunity to let you know, if you are in Ghana, Greater Accra to be specific, the city of Ghana, that's Greater Accra, please. I'll be having December training. That's professional makeup training, and our training are top notch. We've won awards, and it's great. It's going to be it's very affordable, and hey, it's a level of something. So you gotta come together. And remember, please, I don't know the time you are watching this video, but it's in 2022, December 2022. It's Luxel Elegance Pro Leveled Up professional makeup training. It's an executive makeup training. You come, you learn about the makeup business. If you're finding it difficult to mend your job, your career, your home, that's if you're a woman. If you're a male and you're finding it difficult to merge them, like you are doing so many things, you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to make things together and you can't, please Come, we'll learn about the makeup business. I've been there before. Come, just come. And here, as you could see, back to the game. I had to do the eyeliner, and I use Carite eyeliner gel. And here I went in with this champagne liner to just design right on top of the liner. Then I had to just do a little design at the upper part, basically. So as I was saying, please follow me again I'm on Instagram with the same name, Luxel Elegance Pro. So I went in. Now you find that most of the times you want your client to open the eyes, then you brush through with the mascara, but at times it gives problems. Your client will end up staining the eyeshadow design you've done, and again you have to go into applying more product, else that place will become cakey or much. So basically you can let the client close the eyes a bit, then you just brush it to and fro on the lashes, that's on her lashes. Then here I went in with this lashes I got from Lash for Dolls. They are on Instagram, Lash for Dolls. Her eyes, this part of her eye is smaller than where I'm coming to fix right now, because I realized when I was doing the makeup for her, one was looking smaller. Then I was asking myself, what is going on here? But I realized that was it. So it got to a point that after I wore the lash, she had to open her eyes, and I was being confused. And I remember that earlier when she came, under normal, when she's looking at you, one eye looks like lighter, looks smaller than the other. So here I have to brush off the excess hair on the face. I have to brush it off. Then here I'm using a bit of how do you call it, an orange blusher, a bit of it. I just use a bit to pop. And now always make sure that after popping you blend. Getting to the end of this video, you could see that everything was blended in. Here I'm applying W7 glow on the nose. Don't worry, you could see that the middle is popping. The light was also part, and it's cool. A little pop here, a little pop there. It's cool unless your client or your model doesn't really want it. Then a bit on the cheeks, not anything much, because we don't want to pack so many things on this makeup too. Yeah, and please remember I used Charm Ageless. Charm, others call it Charm, but it's a Nigerian product. It's a very good product. It's a very, very good product to mention. And if you go on their page on Instagram, they've posted some of the work we've done using their products, and their products is recommendable. That's their lipstick palette though, and it's very, very nice. Like, it's very cool. If you're a makeup artist, I recommend it to you. Charm Ageless. And again, with this particular lip, I also did a detail video. If this is okay for you, fine, but if you want more detail, we'll be uploading that separately soon. We'll be uploading it soon. And always remember, blend, 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 and blend well. Apply what you have to apply at the appropriate side and blend. If you have any questions, please just get below and ask. I'll come and respond to you. And again, I'm using this opportunity to announce Luxel Elegance Pro Level Up December 2022 professional makeup training. It's going to be at least 1 month. And it's going to be intensive. And our makeup training is very executive, like very, very executive. Very, very executive. And you learn a lot. Our last so far we've graduated about almost 60 students, and less than, or within, I would say within 2 years. Within 2 years. Yeah, now back to the game. Yeah, so after lining the lip up, I went in with this orange shade from Beecham Ageless Lip Palette. And the lining I did, the outermost, I used dark brown and dark purple, so like it's very dark. Then later on I added a little bit of black, so as I said earlier, I'll post a separate video of this so that you go and watch it. And when you watch it, believe you me, you can go in and like use the process to and try with different shades. If you have a lipstick palette or you have just the single ones, you can just try with different shades. I just went with I took a lighter shade, some would say a creamier shade, and I had to just go in again. And please, there is a skill when you're applying this lip. You could see I was not dragging. I wasn't dragging like you're dragging the lips. No, I wasn't dragging. And again, one thing I didn't mention earlier, which is very vital, please always stay clean. Anytime you want to do makeup for someone, please, even if you have a client in the studio or you have clients at the studio, go first to wash your hands. If you do makeup for one person, if there is no time, then quickly get this wipes containing alcohol. Okay, if you can see here, okay, back to the game. If you can see here, at this point I used the black here. So I've already applied a darker shade of brown, a darker shade of purple. The purple was very, very dark. And here I went in with the black. I think I really spent time here. But I have a more detailed video on this. So we went in with cleaning. So just take a little bit of a concealer. It can be your client's how do you call it, foundation, but just a little bit to clean around the lips. After using it clean, then you go in with a brush, a little brush, okay, like what I have, and blend the cream side. That's the cream. It can be the foundation or your concealer. Blend it out. Don't leave it just there. The beautiful thing about makeup, when it's after applying it well, you blend. Now, as you can see, I told you there's a detailed video. I went in again, the lower part, I had to go in again with another shade. It will be mentioned in the separate video I'll be uploading soon. And here I went in with this lip gloss, the icing on the cake. And if you watch very well, very carefully, the cheeks where I applied the blusher, the orange blusher, is blended well. Always remember to blend well. At this point, my client was making me laugh because when I was applying the lip gloss, when I was applying the upper part, she'll be turning to the direction I was applying to, and we have to be laughing there. Because I was like, hey, what's happening here? I had to just tell her to keep her lips stable. I'll be the one moving. And it was quite funny though. And for some funny reason, she's not a makeup person. So for her to come do this, like, oh wow, this looks nice. Yeah. So everything is blended in well. And we went back. And this is our fixing spray. Dewy. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Please press on the like, press on my subscription, subscribe, kindly subscribe, please. This is our look. Our look. Our look will be uploading more, we'll be feeding you more. And as we are uploading, you can even choose to lock on this subscription, lock on this my YouTube channel, and you'll be a good makeup artist. You'll be learning. And one thing about makeup, please, as you're watching, you don't just watch this thing and go and sleep. One thing about makeup, it's practice, 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 and more practice. If you think, okay, like Zell, I've done this, okay, she's good, she's this, please, we are still learning. Any makeup artist you know, any good makeup artist you know out there is still learning and practicing. Okay, so please, that is what I will leave you with. Don't just watch this, practice. Now, I went in, when you look at the left corner, I had to bring this particular video there, and that gives a pop of the work we have done. Okay, this is another camera that brought up the pop of what we have done, but with all we've been using is just normal camera, the normal one, just like that. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. See you in another video. Thank you.